House Ways and Means Committee Chairman, Missouri Congressman Jason Smith joins me. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Great to be with you, Greta.
Nice to have you. In terms of going forward on the investigation into the Biden family, there are two things that I see. One is the investigation, and you know, I think things should be investigated, you know, especially if there's a suggestion there might be foreign influence. But the other is whether there should be an impeachment vote. And let me jump to that. Should it not be that we're less than a year out of an election, let the American people decide that? We finish the investigations, but let the American people decide whether he should be president again?
You know, if that's the case, then should you stop and make the decision on whether you decide anything in policy? That's not right. We're just trying to get the facts. If the facts lead to an impeachment, then that is what the American people deserve. But right now, it's an impeachment inquiry. We're just following the facts. But just because the election's more than, well, it's a year away now, that should not be an indicator at all. It's about getting to the truth. We have only had the majority for 10 months, and the information that has came out, especially from the IRS whistleblowers that came to the House Ways and Means Committee, has been substantial, and that's what we're pouring through.
What's the next steps? I mean, you're going through documents. What, are there witnesses that you want to hear from still?
Absolutely. There's additional witnesses that we're asking to come in. Of course, there's been subpoenas that James Comer and Jim Jordan have done with Hunter Biden, James Biden. But just this week, we've asked for Kevin Morris, who is an attorney in California that, according to the IRS whistleblowers, paid multiple $1 million in back owed taxes that Hunter Biden had. We want to see if it's actually a loan, or was it a gift, or was it a campaign contribution?
How do you know if it's a loan or a gift? I mean, I assume that he's going to say it's a loan, and I assume that Hunter Biden's going to say it's a loan. I don't know what means Hunter Biden has to pay it back, but how would you determine if it's a loan or a gift? Because you have to pay taxes on the gift.
They should have documents, and that's what we're asking for. That's why we need to get answers to the questions of Kevin Morris and also Hunter Biden. It's the same way, one other thing that we're going to be looking at, the public tax returns of President Biden that he released when he was running for office. There's no interest income, but apparently he's received more than $240,000 in debt repayment from James Biden, but he didn't put any interest income in his tax return. So maybe we need to look a little bit farther there as well.
Do you intend to question James Biden, the brother of the president?
You know, we got the FBI investigation, that the interview that they did with James Biden, the IRS whistleblowers gave that. We made that public just a couple months ago. In fact, James Biden is one of the individuals that the impeachment inquiry team has requested to come in for questions.
Chairman Jason Smith, thank you, sir. I hope you come back.
Thank you.